Mhm.
Okay? Ang ano ito, ang writer, ano to? Ang writer nito ay si Samuel, Prophet Samuel. They were not black group officials, they were judges, were actually military heroes or ruler, or meron silang leadership capability. Okay. There are 12 judges, 6 major and 6 minor. Di ba? Yung mga naka-caps dito, yan yung tinatawag na major. Okay? Ang pag-aaralan natin mamaya, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Si Othniel, si Ehud, si Shamgar, at si Deborah. Ang kilala nyo rito particularly ay sino? Si Gideon, o pwede rin si Jephthah, at saka si Samson, particularly si Samson, di ba? Okay. Ano ang purpose ng ng Book of Judges? To show the pitfalls of Israel. Lack of central authority. Ha? Kaya ang Israel noon, during this time of 400 years, is really talagang baksak ang kanilang faith. Wala talaga. Ibig sabihin, we'll see kung bakit nagkaganon. Okay, i-share ko tong 400 years period in Israel history. Okay. So from the birth of Abraham to the death of Joseph, yun yung period ng family period. It lasted also for 400 years. Diba? From Abraham to Joseph. Ngayon, from the death of Joseph to the Exodus, diba? Ang tawag doon ay tribal period. 400 years din yun. And from Exodus to Saul, diba? Si Saul ang unang king ng Israel. Theocracy period. 400 years din yun. And from Saul to monarchy, Zedekiah, nung na-exile ang mga Jews, 400 years din doon. And then another 400 years, tandaan nyo ba, yung between Old Testament and the New Testament, ang last prophet ng Old Testament, sino? Si Malakay. Di ba?
Malak.
And then nagkaroon ng 400 silent years. Tapos ang unang prophet noon sa New Testament, sino?
Start with the letter J.
Sino unang prophet sa New Testament?
Si John the
Si
Baptist.
John the Baptist. So ang span noon is 400 years. Di ba? Okay. The children of Israel during the time of Judges did evil in the sight of the Lord. In those days, Israel has no king. So hindi sila nasanay na walang king, di ba? Ang problema noon, parang ngayon, everyone did what was right in his own eyes. Kung ano yung sabihin natin, kung ano yung gusto natin, tingin ang mga tao tama. Tingin natin, okay yon, yun ang gagawin nila kasi walang king. Di ba? Walang nagpapawa. Walang basagan ng trip kung nasa natin. Okay. Ito yung pinaka-important, parang summary of the book of Judges. Umiikot ito. The cycle of sin in Judges. Malalaman natin mamaya. Israel, okay, serve the Lord, and then Israel falls into the sin and idolatry. Tapos Israel is oppressed by the enemy. Pag nakasalang Israel, falls into idolatry, tutulungan pa ng mga kaaway nila para ma-oppress ang Israel. Magiging slave sila. And then Israel cries out to the Lord. Makikinig naman ang Lord. God raised up a judge. Yun. Dun na lalabas itong mga judge na to. And then Israel is delivered. Oh, di ba? So, tapos ikot na naman yan. Mamamatay yung judge, babalik uli sila sa sin. Pag nakaroon ng sin, o-oppress sila ng mga kalaban nila, and then will cry out to the Lord, sasagutin naman ng Lord, and then magre-raise ng judge. Ganyan ang cycle ng Book of Judges. Sometimes ganito tayo. Diba? Sometimes. Diba? Kayo lang po nakakaalam. Okay. Ito yung ating topic ngayon. Okay. The first four judges of Israel. Okay? Yung unang judge na pag-aaralan natin is si Othniel. Ha? He came from the tribes of Judah kasi ang Judah ang pinakamalaking tribes sa Israel, di ba? Ang oppressor niya ay si Rephaim of Mesopotamia. Yung Mesopotamia is actually a kingdom yan, composed of Iraq, Syria,
Iran.
Jordan at saka Iran. Ha? So medyo malaki yan. Nung sila ay nung sila ay ang mga Israel ay inoppress sila for 8 years. 'Di ba? Kita niyo yung cycle kanina, 'di ba? They were oppressed for 8 years and then nung nagkaroon ng judges, 'di ba? Nakinig sila sa judge, yung dito yung rest for 40 years, okay ang kanilang buhay. Ha? For 40
They
years,
were
'di ba?
following.
They are following the Lord. Kasi buhay pa yung judge. And then yung second ay si Ehud from the tribes of Benjamin. Ngayon ang oppressor niya yung si Eglon, king of Moabites, Amorites, Amalekites. Na-oppress sila ng mga king na to, King Moab, for 18 years. Pero for 80 years there is a rest. Diba? Medyo matagal ha. Kaya nga sinabi ko sa inyo, it took 800 years. And then another one is ito yung a minor prophet, a minor judge. Si Shamgar, isang verse lang yan sa Bible pero very powerful siya. Ang kalaban niya doon ay yung mga Philistine. And then the only the first woman leader of the Israel ay si Deborah. Ha? Coming from Ephraim. Jabin ang kanyang oppressor, and then ang tagal nilang oppress for 20 years bago dumating si Deborah. Diba? And then nagkaroon ng rest for 40 years. So si Deborah is the first woman leader ng Israel. Pagkatapos niyan, meron pang isa. Sino yon during our time? Sino yung sumunod na leader pagkatapos ni Deborah? Do you have any idea? Yung babaeng naging president ng Israel. Anybody?
Starts with the letter
Hello?
I.
Si Golda
Si
Meir.
Golda Meir.
Yeah,
Golda Meir
tama,
pala yun.
si Golda Meir. Diba? Mamaya i-discuss natin yan si Golda Meir. Dalawa lang sila. Pagkatapos nun, puro mga lalaki na. Okay. Let's start with verse by verse. Unahin muna natin yung si Othniel. Si Othniel ay madidiscuss siya sa chapter 1 ng Judges. Book of Judges, chapter 1.
Stop share.
Introduction lang natin si Othniel. No? Kung saan siya galing, anong tribes niya. Di ba? Anong tribes? Judah. Okay, Judah.
Judah.
Okay.
Mm.
Introduction
Judah sa Sam.
para maintindihan natin kung bakit ganoon, bakit paulit-ulit, ha? Bakit paulit-ulit cycle ang mga yung natin. May reasons yan eh.
Registry.
Ano?
Wrong spelling ako. Wrong spelling ako.
Judges 1.
Judges 1 muna?
Judges 1. Judges 1 muna tayo. Nandyan si si Othniel eh.
Judah.
Okay. Mm.
Paano na? Okay, let's start with ano.
Teka, tatanggalin ko muna to.
Let's start with okay, let's start with Caleb. Ngayon, Caleb is during this time ay ano siya, ibig sabihin, warrior siya actually, no? Pero dito sa verse 12, and meron siyang isang tribes na hindi niya ano, na hindi niya matalo-talo. Ha? Hindi niya maano. So ang ginawa niya, sabi sa verse 12, and Caleb said, I will give my daughter Aksa in marriage to the man who attack and capture Kiryat Sefer. Yan hindi niya ma-capture talaga, di ba? So naging very ano naman siya, ang sabihin, very honest. So ang ginawa niya, nagkaroon siya ng ano, I will give you my daughter. Kung sino man 'yon. And then ito lumabas na yung pangalan ni Othniel sa verse 13. Othniel, son of Kenas, Caleb's younger brother. Okay? So ano ni Caleb si Othniel?
Pamangkin.
Pamangkin, di ba? So pamangkin si Othniel ni Caleb kasi si Caleb meron siyang younger brother at yung younger brother niya merong anak siya ron. One of that ay si Othniel. Yan yon, di ba? Took it, so ibig sabihin itintok niya yung challenge. So Caleb, ibig sabihin natalo niya. Na-capture niya yung king na yon. So Caleb gave his daughter Aksan to him in marriage. So sila, so si Othniel at si Kenas, magkaano sila?
Ano? Mag-ama, di ba?
Ha?
Mag-ama.
Hindi. Si,
Hmm?
si Caleb, meron siyang anak na babae,
Hmm.
si Aksa. Di ba? Ngayon, si Caleb, meron siyang pamangkin, si Othniel. So nagkasal si ano si
Pinsan.
magpinsan. Okay, correct. Magpinsan sila, di ba?
His daughter.
Oo.
Baby.
Diyan unang nag-appear si Othniel. Ito, during this time, okay pa ang mga Israel. They really ano sabihin, they fight yung kanya ng mga kalaban, di ba? Tapos tinyo, one day when she came to Othniel, she urged him to ask her father for a field. Di ba? Sino? Yung si Aksan. Kinausap niya yung kanyang tatay. When she got off the donkey, Caleb asked her, what can I do for you? Sabi niya, she replied, do me a special favor. Since you have given me land in Negev, give me also a spring of water. So Caleb gave her the upper and the lower spring. So, yan si Othniel. Othniel is a godly person. Di ba? Also siguro, si Othniel talaga, he wants ano siguro he wants also, yung mga pangasawa niya is a godly woman. Di ba? So, ang napangasawa niya, yung pinsan niya. Okay pa yan noon, nung unang panahon. Di ba? Nung unang panahon, ganyan yon. So diyan lumalabas yung ano, diyan dito lumalabas yung pangalan ni Othniel. Now pagdating natin sa chapter 3, marami ng years ang nakaraan. Ibang generation na to. Tingnan nyo ibang generation. Judges chapter 3. Kaya ganun guys, nagkakaroon ng ano, kaya nagkakaroon ng sin na cycle kasi naiiba yung generation. 'Di ba? Nakakalimutan nila yung ano, yung mga yung mga kautusan ng mga forefathers niya, 'di ba? Kapares natin, guys. Kapares natin. Tingnan niyo ha. Ilang generations na tayo. Sino ang nakakakilala sa inyo ng mga yung mga magagaling na senator natin? Sila Salonga, sila Jokno, sila Tolentino, di ba? Ano ngayon? Nakalimutan na natin yung mga yun eh. Di ba? Parang itong mga Israelites, ganun din. Tingnan mo verse 1. These are the nations the Lord left to test, di ba? Yung mga nations, yun yung mga kalaban pa rin nila. Yun yung mga hindi pa nila nasasakupan, di ba?
Mm.
Pero sabi dito, the Lord left to test all those Israelites who has not experienced any of the wars in Canaan. Ang ibig sabihin, ibang generation na to. Wala na yung generation ni Caleb. Ito na yung mga descendants na walang alam sa war. You see? Kasi alam ng Diyos, ang Israelites na ang nakapaligid sa Kanya ay puro kalaban nila. So He has to raise an Israelites who are warriors also. Hanggang ngayon, guys, tinan nyo, hanggang ngayon, ang nangyayari sa Israelites, di ba? Missiles dito, Iran, Hezbollah, everything, di ba? Lagi silang nilulusob kasi talagang nakakapaligid sa kanila, mga kalaban nila. So God has to prepare these people. Ganito, tinan nyo, walang experience nyo yung mga tao noon. He, he did this only to what? Anong purpose? Beda, anong nasabi? Anong purpose?
Kung bakit,
Oo.
para ano, ah,
To teach?
I think
Ayun o, nakalagay sa verse, sa verse 2. He
he
did,
did this only to teach warfare to the descendants of the Israelites
oo.
who had not previous battle.
Yun, di ba? So, may purpose talaga si Lord. Yung mga naiwan doon na mga Canaanites, Hittites, yung mga ganon, may purpose si Lord para turuan itong mga new generations in a battle. Di ba? The
Hindi
five,
sabi sa
hindi,
2.
yeah, may purpose.
That I will not try.
May purpose yan, like, guys. Lahat ng the battle na ating nadadanasan, may purpose ang Lord. Hindi lang yan, hindi lang wag nating isipin na yung battle natin sa buhay, sa ating family, ay basta na lang binigay ng Lord yan para tayo pahirapan. Ito, ganito yan yun, ang ginawa niya sa mga Israel. Verse 3, the five rulers of the Philistine, all the Canaanites, the Sidonians, the Hivites, living in the Lebanon mountain from Mount Baal Hermon to Lebo Hamath. They were led to test the Tingnan nyo. They were left to test the Israelites to see whether they will obey the Lord's command, which He had given their ancestors through Moses. So, that's it. Ganon din sa atin. Di ba? God give us a battle. Di ba? So that we will test. Tayo ay mag-o-obey ba? Okay, verse 5. The Israelites live among the Canaanites. Ito na yung problema. Supposed to be, guys, pares nung meron kaming discussion kagabi. Pag nag tayo ng Bible, meron tinatawag na descriptive at saka prescriptive. Pag sinabing descriptive, dinidescribe sa Bible kung ano yung nangyayari, pero hindi yun ang piniprescribe ng Lord. Di ba? For example, dito maraming patayan dito, 'di ba? Minsan 'di ba yung last yung Sunday, 'di ba? Inano ni pastor na merong two wives, 'di ba? Dinescribe lang nyo pero hindi piniprescribe, 'di ba? One of piniprescribe ng Panginoon dito, yung sinabi niya kay Joshua, if you obey me, I will bless you. Yun, prescription yun. 'Di ba? Pero iba yung descriptive. Dito, sabi rito, 'di ba? They took, 'di ba? because of the Israelite, ang kinuse nila to make peace with these people. They took their daughters in marriage and gave their own daughters to their sons and served their God. So imbis na sila ang maka-influence dun sa mga taong naandon, sila ang na-influence. So did they disobey God? Ang masama pa nun, they served their God, si Baal. 7. The Israelites did evil in the sight of the Lord. They forgot the Lord their God and served the Baals and the Asherah. Now, look at this. 8. The anger of the Lord burned against Israel, so that He sold them. Tinan nyo yung words He sold them. Teka, sana may pumapasok.
Hindi ko inalis.
Admit.
Into the hands of the
So He
Cushan.
sold them, ano sabi? Into the hands of Cushan, the king of Aram Naharim, to whom the Israelites were subject for ilan? 8 years. Di ba? So ibig sabihin, if the Israelites disobey God, di ba? Gagamit pa siya ng kalaban ng mga Israelites.
Just to teach
Para
them.
to teach lessons. Di ba? That is our God. If we are ibig sabihin, in a situation na parang hindi maganda, di ba? God is teaching us for our own good. Di ba? This is for the own good of the Israelites kasi para malaman nila na I am the Lord. Di ba? Pero tingnan nyo guys after 8 years they were oppressed. At saka pa lang they cried out to
They
the Lord.
cried out to the Lord.
Diba?
Saka pa lang sila nag-pray.
Bakit palagay nyo, bakit it took them 8 years? Bakit hindi 2 years, 3 years, 4 years? What do you think? Experience nyo sa atin. How will you cry to the Lord?
Bakit hindi tayo nagpe-pray
bakit,
kaagad?
bakit supposed to be, kailan yung sincerity natin when we cry out to the Lord? When we are
Remorse.
back is against the wall na. Wala na tayong pupuntahan, tsaka pa lang tayo ganyan yung mga Israelites. Ibig sabihin, wala na, pader na to Dead end na. Di ba? You have done your part. Ginawa mo yung gusto mo, yung way mo, pero walang nangyayari. That is the time when they cried out to the Lord. Di ba? It took them 8 years. So anong ginawa ng Lord?
The Lord heard them.
He heard them kasi the Lord heard. Alam mo naman, basang-basa naman tayo ng Lord Open tayo dyan Hindi pwede yung alam niya yung ating purpose, alam niya yung ating motibo sa lahat ng ginagawa natin, di ba? That's the time when He raised up then a deliverer. Ang pangalan niya, bigla na itong lumabas si Othniel, di ba? Son of Kenaz, Caleb's younger brother who saved them. During that time, itong si Othniel, hindi to na-influence ng mga generations from generations. Medyo matanda na siya rito. Kasi yung iba na-influence Pero itong si Othniel, hindi siya na-influence. So that's why siya yung binigay ng Lord sa kanila. Di ba? The Spirit of the Lord came on him so that he became Israel judge and went to war. Di ba? The Lord gave Husham, Hasan king of Aram, into the hands of Othniel. So in other words, inoverpower ni Othniel yung king na yon ng Mesopotamia. So the land had peace for 40 years until Othniel, son of Kenaz, died. See? Di ba? Ilang taon yung ano? Yung peace? 40
40
years.
years habang namumuno si
Oo.
Othniel.
Bakit nagkaroon ng peace, guys? Ng 40 years. Bakit? Dahil, ano,
Namatay yung mga kalaban.
namatay na yung mga kalaban. Because the Lord hear our cry. And then they obey the Lord during those times of, for 40 years. Di ba? Ang nangyari, namatay na si Othniel, son of Kes, and died. Okay. Verse 12. Again, ha? Sabi niya,
Ito na naman.
eto na naman. Ah, parang tayo. The Israelites did evil in the eyes of the Lord because they did this evil. The Lord gave, ito yung oppression nila, Eglon, king of Moab, Moabites, power over Israel. Okay? Hindi nyo ba, guys, is it applicable ba sa atin yan na daily basis? When God disobey us, yung
When
merong
we disobey
something,
God.
God will give us something, yung, yung, yung kalaban natin, parang na-overpower tayo.
Hinahayaan tayo.
Oo, hinahayaan tayong ma-overpower. Di ba? Di ba? Parang ganun, di ba? Okay, 13. Getting the Ammonites and the Amalekites to join him. Eglon came and attacked Israel. Okay, they took possession of the city of palms. The Israelites were subject to Eglon, king of Moab, for, naku, mas matagal to.
18 years.
18 years. Ang tagal.
Ito na naman yung cycle.
Again, okay, the Israelite cried out to the Lord, di ba? And He gave them a deliverer, si Ehud. Okay. Walang nakalagay rito kung ano siya, kung saan siya galing na
Benjamin.
sa Benjamin tribe siya. Ehud, a left-handed man. Ano ibig sabihin yon? A left-handed.
Bakit kailangan sabihin na left-handed?
A left-handed, bakit? Kaliwete.
Hindi usual.
Yeah,
Bibihira yung left-handed.
Yeah.
During that time, disability sa kanila ang left-handed. And tinuturuan sila mag-practice sa right.
Okay, ganito ha. The Israelites, okay, ang ginawa naman ni Ehud, the Israelites send him to tribute to Eglon. Ibig sabihin, pumunta si Ehud para magbigay ng, remember, under oppression sila, under oppression. Diba? They are under oppression, so have to pay tribute to Eglon, the king of Moab. Now, Ehud had made a double-edged sword about a cubit long. So gumawa siya ng sword, which is strapped to his right thigh under his clothing. So, imagine niyo, saan niya inilagay?
Sa thigh niya,
Guys,
sa right.
Sa right side, di ba? Left-handed siya. So, nung pumasok siya dun sa king, yung kanyang swords ay nasa right. Di ba? Nagets nyo ba? Ang normal na ang normal na sundalo noon, right-handed. Kung right-handed ka, saan mo ilalagay yung sword mo?
Sa right.
No.
Sa left?
Sa left. Di ba ganun?
Parang paghugot mo,
Paghugot,
taas ka na ng kamay.
di ba?
Para hindi
Di ba guys?
mahirap.
Sa paghugot mo, pag right-handed ka, siyempre yung sword mo nasa left para paghugot mong ganon. Di ba? Nagets niyo ba ako?
Kasi kung dito, sa right, ang hirap. Ang hirap din.
So, ang ibig sabihin, nung nilagay niya yung sa right, ang ibig sabihin, left-handed siya. Ang ibig sabihin yun, kaya siya nakapasok doon, he is not harmful. Kasi left-handed. Kasi during that time, wala talagang left-handed. Yun yung pagkakaintindi ng king. Kaya lang, itong si Ehud, hindi nila alam, itong soldier na to, nagpa-practice sila ng left-handed. Tinatali nila yung kanilang kanang kamay, tapos ang ginagamit nilang pang-espada ay yung left hanggang sila ay maging ah, bihasa na
Lahat.
sa left, di ba? Kasi hindi ka naman makakapasok dyan, king yan na merong sword. Kaya lang siya, guys, pinapasok yung kanyang sword. Kaya nga sinabi rito di ba? Ah, ah, he strapped to his right thigh under his clothing. Di ba?
Nakatago.
Oo, nakatago. Pero nasa right. Makita man yun, ay, it's not, ibig sabihin, pag pupunta ka sa king, tribute, halimbawa sundalo ko, tribute ka, ilalagay mo yung sword mo sa right. So you cannot, ibig sabihin, you are not harmful. 17, he presented,
Baka pag hinapkapan siya sa left, wala silang makita.
wala silang makita. Okay.
Kasi
17,
di ba, sa
di
Kasi
ba?
yes,
normally nasa
Di
left
ba?
ang ano.
Normally, nasa left yan, di ba? Okay. Ang galing, ang ganda nung, nung, pag inanumutan ng verse per verse, nakakatuwa talaga. 17, he presented the tribute to Eglon, king of Moab, okay? Who was very fat. Nako, sobrang taba.
Sobrang taba, parang banggitin sa Bible na very fat. Over yun.
Yung hindi na siya makatayo. After Ehud had presented the tribute, siguro meron siyang binigay, he sent on their way to those who has carried it. But on reaching the stone images near Gilgal, he himself went back to Egypt. Bumalik siya. Sabi niya, Your Majesty, I have a secret message for you. Yan, di ba? Parang inaano niya, meron akong ibubulong sa'yo. The king...
Marites ang ano.
The king said, walang idea kasi si Ehud Para siguro siyang, Ehud is a very yung, although he is a king, pero he's not a warrior. Mataba di ba? Hindi siya warrior, utos lang siya ng utos. So Ehud then approached him while he was sitting alone in the upper room of his palace and said, I have a message from God for you. As the king rose from his seat, tumayo pa, Ehud reached with his left hand. Kasi left-handed siya.
Teka muna, sinabi muna, leave us. Sabi niya sa mga attendants, umalis kayo.
Umalis kayo. Tapos, he reached, left-handed siya. Drew the sword from his right thigh and plunged it into the king's belly. Di ba? Even the handle, tinan nyo yung writer nito. Napaka-detalye niya. He sank it after the blade and his bowels discharged. Ehud did not put the sword out and the fat closed over it. Ano ibig sabihin? Hindi na niya inalis yung sword. Oo, di ba? Binaon na niya. Di ba? 23. Then Ehud went out to the porch. He shut the door of the upper room behind him and locked them. Okay. So merong ibang entrance. Hindi dun sa entrance, merong ibang siya.
Door,
di ba? After he had gone, the servant came out and found the door of the upper room locked. They said, he must be relieving himself. Ibig sabihin, siguro nagsi-CR in the inner room of the palace. They waited to the point of embarrassment. When he did not open up the room, they took key and unlocked them. Then they saw the Lord fallen to the floor. Parang parang movie di ba? 26. While they waited, Ehud got away. So habang yung si Ehud, umalis siya.
Ang hanggang hindi na binubuksan yung door kasi matagal
He passed by the stone image and escaped to the Sierra. When he arrived there, he blew a trumpet in all his country of Ephraim and there went down with him the hills with him leading men. Kasi nga, wala na yung king. Di ba? Ang ginawa niya, kinuha niya yung mga tao niya. 28. Follow me, he ordered. For the Lord has given Moabites,
Was given
your
Moab.
enemy, into your hands. So they follow him down and took possessions of the Tingnan niyo sinabi ni ni Ehud, for the Lord had given Moabites, kasi nasa kanya yung Holy Spirit. Di ba? Gets nyo? Di ba? Ina-acknowledge niya na itong kanyang victory, hindi ito galing sa kanya. Galing ito sa Lord. The Lord has given Moab, your enemy, into your hands. So they followed him down and took possession of the fords of the Jordan that leads to Moab. They allowed no one to cross. At that time, they struck down about 10,000 Moabites, all vigorous and strong. Not one escaped. This time they obeyed. Walang naka-escape. That day Moab was made subject to Israel, and the land had peace for how many years?
80
80 years. Okay. After Ehud, na ito na yung susunod, si Shamgar. Isang verse lang ito. After Ehud came Shamgar, son of Anat, who struck down 600 Philistine. Ang dami with an ox goad, he too saved Israel. Yan lang yung sinasabi sa one of the judges of the Israel. Si Shamgar. No other no other information about him. Yan lang yun, di ba? Kaya lang he was so powerful, di ba? That he strike down kasi yung kanyang ox goad, guys, ang yun yung parang
maliit lang.
yung parang tawag nito yung malaking yung tawag do parang knife. Oo. Tapos sa dulo nun ay isang matulis. Tapos yung isang dulo yung parang karet. 'Di ba? Double yun 'Di ba? For 600 pinatay niya mga Philistine. 'Di ba? Because the Lord is with them. So ito yung cycle na to. This is the cycle, 'di ba? Hindi ito yung parang after 1 year wala na naman. After ganun na naman. Because of the generations ng generations, nababago. Di ba? Nababago. Nakakalimutan nila yung mga turo ng kanilang mga ancestors. Di ba? Let's go to chapter 4. Dito tayo magtatapos. Lloyd chapter. Okay, again, si Deborah. Okay. Si Deborah ay ito naman si Deborah, she's not a warrior. Pero may leadership capability siya. May siya, merong wisdom. Pagdating sa meron siyang wisdom. Again, hi Rubes.
Hindi si Rubes?
Yeah. Okay, we're now in the book of Judges pinag-aaral na natin to yung mga 12 judges na ibinigay ng Lord sa Israelites during the time na ang mga Israelites ay walang king. Nawala na si Joshua. So everybody lose, di ba? Kasi may kanya-kanya na silang mga tribes, may kanya-kanya na silang mga lupa. And then, ayun. Tapos yung mga naiwang mga kalaban doon, mga Canaanites, they were influenced. Supposed to be to influence them, they were influenced. Di ba? Intermarriage, di ba? Ibang yung God nila, silang di ba? Okay, si Deborah, again, the Israelites did evil in the eyes of the Lord. Now that Ehud was dead, ayan, namatay na naman yung namatay na naman yung king, no?
Judge.
So, he did evil na naman yung mga tao. Wala nang king, di ba? So the Lord sold them, again, the word sold, di ba? Sa English, sa niya, iba yan, permit. them into the hands of Jabin, king of Canaan. Tandaan natin yan,
Canaan.
si Jabin, king of Canaan, who reigned in Hazor. And then, ito pa isang tatandaan natin na pangalan ay si Sera. Si Sera, siya ang commanding army ni Jabin. Si Jabin, king of Canaan. Yan yung kalaban ng Israel. Siya rin oppressor. Was based on Harosheth Aguyim. Because he has 900 chariots. So si
Dami.
Jabin, under the leadership of Sisera, meron siyang 900 chariots fitted with iron in a cruel oppress the Israelites for 20 years. Ano yung kay Ehud, ilang years sila na oppress? Guys, yung nakaraan, ilang years na oppress? 18 years.
18 po.
Ito,
18.
ito 20 years. Guys, pagdating natin sa habang pagdating sa
Dumadami.
doon habang lumalaki yung kanilang
Oppression.
oppress. Lalo na pagdating kay Samson. It became worse. Diba? Now Deborah, a prophet, the wife of Lapidot, was leading Israel at that time. She held court under the palm of Deborah between Ramah and Bethel in the hill country. So siya naging prophet. Prophetess siya, 'di ba? So ang kanyang ang kanyang whoever comes to her, doon yung ginagawa niyan sa Bethel, the hill country of Ephraim. And the Israelites went up to her to have their disputes decided. So may wisdom talaga siya. 'Di ba?
Matalino.
Kumbaga si Solomon, matalino, ha? So yan nga sinabi ko sa inyo, guys. Siya yung unang lady leader ng Israel. And then after that ay si Golda Meir. Yan dalawan lang yan. Napakatagal, ewan ko kung alam nyo kung 1969 siya si Golda Meir. Si Golda Meir, it was during that time na yung andaming very young pa ang mga Israel noon. 'Di ba? Andaming war. One of si Golda Meir, he was called the Iron Lady of the Mediterranean kasi yung kanyang wisdom at saka yung yung kanyang maging napakamatatag na yung decision niya very firm, 'di ba? Siya ay pinanganak sa Ukraine. Alam niyo kung saan yung Ukraine, 'di ba? Yun yung kalaban ngayon ng Russia. Pero he was there born as a Jew, 'di ba? So one of the side side story lang. One of the challenges na ni Golden Meir, if ever na natandaan nyo, yung nagkaroon ng 1972 Olympic, 'di ba? Sa Germany. Have you heard that? Natandaan niyo ba 'yon? O yung mga hindi niyo pa matandaan?
Oo, natandaan ko yun.
Yung 'di ba sa Olympic merong mga bilya ang mga nations doon. Yung bilya ng Israel nilusob ng mga terrorist, Palestinian terrorist. 'Di ba? Yan yung ngayon. Guys, parang yung nangyari dito sa October 7 ngayon. Ganon ang ginawa nila doon. Nilusob nila yung bilya. Pinatay nila yung mga yung mga athletes. 'Di ba? So, she was really devastated during that time. Pero alam niyo yung walang ganun nangyari. Alam niyo ba ano yung ginawa niya? Kaya nabuo ngayon yung tinatawag na Mossad sa Israel. Yan yung mga secret service. Yung Mossad na yon, siya yung tumugis doon sa mga perpetrator nung gumawa nung pag-kill doon sa mga athletes. Very secret yon. Siya yon. Kaya nga he was called the Iron Lady. Di ba? Etong si Deborah, malalaman natin bakit siya naging bakit siya one of the first first woman leader ng Israel. Diba? Ituloy ko ano? And then, saan na tayo? Verse 6. She sent for Barak, okay, son of Abraham of Kedah, and said to him, si Barak naman, siya yung commander niya ng army, si Barak, di ba? Kalina, yung commander ng oppressor nila, sino yun? Si Sisera, di ba? Ng Canaanites, tandaan natin yun, ano? Okay, sabi niya kay Barak, she sent for Barak, son of Ephraim, and said to him, the Lord, the God of Israel, command you, sabi niya kay Barak, go take with you 10,000 men. 10,000 men of Naphtali and Zebulun, and lead them out to Mount Tabor. I will lead Sisera, the commander of Jabin's army, with his chariot and his troop to the Kishon River and give him into your hands. Ibig sabihin, guys,
Sure win.
Oh, sure win to. Di ba? May plano si God. Sinabi niya kay through Deborah. Di ba? So, ginawa na nga. Then Barak said to her, if you go with me, I will go. But if you don't go with me, I won't go. Bakit sinabi ni Barak yun? Kasi may plan. Sinabi ni Deborah kay Barak, sure win to ha. Sabi ni I will uh, uh, and the Lord will give him into your hands. Diba? Pero sabi ni Barak, if you
Pupunta
go
ako.
with me, I will go. Pero kung hindi ka pupunta, I will not go.
Mas tinatrust niya si Deborah
Diba?
kaysa kay God.
Ano yung ano niya? Alam niya kasi si Barak, alam niya kasi si Deborah, talagang he's a
Yung
prophet
relationship with
of
God.
the Lord. Pero gusto pa rin niyang makasama siya. Parang si Moses during that time, di ba? Palaging gusto naman tao na andun siya. Di ba? Tapos 9, certainly I will go with you, said Deborah. But, tinan nyo to ito yung maganda rito. But,
Condition.
because of course you are taking, kasi nga, kasama mo ko. Ibig sabihin nito, dahil kasama mo ko,
Dahil hindi ka
the honor will not be yours. Di ba? Kasi sinasama mo ko eh. Naintindihan nyo? Kung si Barak lang ang pupunta, siya ay magiging matagumpay dun sa sa gagawin niya, the honor will be on Barak. Did you get that? Pero ito sabi ni Deborah, but because of the course you are taking,
Hindi
the
ka sumunod
honor
agad.
will not be yours. Di ba? For the Lord will deliver Sisera into the hands of a woman. Di ba? So kasi hindi mo meron kang kondisyon, di ba? So because of that, yung honor na victory mo will not be yours. It goes into a hands of a woman. Isang babae. Di ba? Hindi si Deborah. Hindi
Si
si
Deborah.
hindi siya. Hindi siya. Ituloy natin. So Deborah went with Barak to Kedes. There Barak summoned Zebulun and Naphtali, 10,000 men, went under his command. Deborah also went up with him. Parang di ba? Parang mas malakas ang loob nila pag kasama nila si Deborah, di ba? Now Heber, the Kenites, had left the other Kenites, the descendant of Hobab, Moses' brother-in-law, and pitched their tent, the great tree in Senamin near Kedes. When they told Sisera that Barak has gone into Mount Tabor, Sisera summoned the river, all his men, and his 900 chariots fitted with iron. Okay, di ba? Yung plan ni God na sunod. Then Deborah said to Barak, go. This is the day that the Lord has given Sisera to you. Sisera is the commander-in-chief of the Canaanites unto your hands. Has not the Lord gone ahead of you? So Barak went down Mount Tabor with 10,000 men following him. At Barak's advice, the Lord routed Sisera and all his chariots and army by the sword. And Sisera got down from his chariot and fled. So natalo niya yung 10,000, yung 900 chariots ni Sisera. Ngayon nag-iisa na si Sisera, tumakbo siya and fled on foot. Okay. 16. Dito nagiging very exciting. Barak pursued the chariots and army as far as Haroden, Hagoyim, and all Sisera's troops fell by the sword. Not a man was left. 17. Sisera meanwhile fled on the foot to the tent of Jael, the wife of Heber, the Kenites, because there was an alliance between Jabad king and Hazor and the family of Heber the Nite. So ibig sabihin, nung tumakbo na si Jabin, napunta siya kay Jael, the wife of Heber. Jael, 18, went out to meet Sisera and said to him, "Come, my lord, come right in. Don't be afraid." So he entered her tent and she covered him with a blanket. So kinumutan pa niya, di ba? Sabi nung 19, "I am thirsty," he said. "Please give me some water." She opened a skim of milk and gave him drink and covered him up again. Okay? 20. "Stand in the doorway of the tent," he told her. "If someone comes by and asks you, is anyone is there, say no." Okay, sinabihan si Jael ha. Pag merong nagtanong sa kanya, sabi mo, "Wala ako rito ha." Ha? Sabi mo, "Wala ako." Sabi niya. But Jael, Haber's wife, picked up a tent peg. Ano yung tent peg? Guys.
Matulis.
Pag gumagawa ka ng tent, ano yung nilalagay mo para mag-stand?
Tent peg.
Yung binabaon mo sa lupa. Di ba? Yun yung peg. Yun yung matulis. And then a hammer. Kinuha ni Jael yung hammer and went quietly to him while he lay asleep, exhausted kasi si Sarah. She drove the peg to his temple, into the ground, and he died. Ibig sabihin, yung peg na yon dun sa temple niya, pinukpok niya ng hammer, so bumaon into the ground and he died. Namatay. Just then the Barak came by in pursuit of Sisera, and Jael went out to meet him. Di ba? Barak came, dumating na si Barak, came in pursuit of Sisera. Hinahabol niya, hindi pa niya alam na patay na. And Jael went out to meet him. "Come," she said, "I will show you the man you're looking for." So he went in with her, and there lay Sisera with 10 pegs through his temple, dead. On that day, God subdued Jabin, king of Canaan, before the Israelites. And the hands of the Israel hardened hard against Jabin, king of Canaan, until they destroy him. So ano yung makikita natin nito? Ano yung sinabi ni Deborah kay Barak noon? Sabi niya, because of that, kasi prophetess siya, di ba? Because of that, sabi niya, hindi ikaw ang makakapatay kay Barak. Kasi siyempre guys, siyempre as a commander-in-chief, gusto mong makuha rin yung
honor.
Di ba? Yung honor na mapatay mo rin yung commander-in-chief ng kalaban mo. Pero because you have parang may alinlangan ka, nagduda ka,
kailangan pa si Deborah.
Ang makakakuha niyan ay yung babae. It was a foresight ni foresight pangalan nito ni Deborah na talagang prophetess siya. So nagkatotoo si Jael, yung woman doon, hindi si Deborah, it is Jael. Di ba? Kaya nga nung pagdating ni Barak, nakita niya, napatay niya, patay na si siguro na-realize ni Barak talagang si Deborah is a godly woman o a prophetess kasi sinabi sa kanya, the honor will be on a woman. Di ba? So at the hand of the Israelite press harder and harder against Jabin, king of Canaan, until they destroy him. So yan yung si Deborah. Deborah is not a warrior, but he is a godly woman. She is a leader, di ba? Meron siyang leadership, pero at the same time, yung kanyang dedication sa Lord, di ba? Yung kanyang ibig sabihin, yung may takot siya talaga sa Panginoon, di ba? So itong four judges na to na ating pinag-aralan, ah it came from yung cycle, di ba? Ulitin nga natin yung kanina yung merong pakita ko sa inyo ulit yung cycle para
Dali na.
ma-realize natin yung cycle din natin, guys. Yung yung buhay natin, di ba? This is not only applicable on the nation of Israel. Applicable din sa atin ito eh.
Now.
Di ba? Now, di ba? Yung paulit-ulit, tandaan yun, until the cycle is break.
So,
Di ba? It took hanggang kay ano to? Ah, okay yan. Di ba? That is really what happened to the book of Judges. Di ba? Israel falls into sin and idolatry. You disobey God. If you obey me, I will bless you. If you disobey me, there is a consequences. Di ba? Doon kay Othniel, yung una, they were oppressed for 8 years.
Yes.
Guys,
They cried to the Lord.
if we are living in sin, di ba? If we are oppressed, merong nag-o-oppress sa atin. Di ba? Yung ang tagal nating bitawan, yung ano yung matagal nating bitawan sa Panginoon na hindi natin mabitaw-bitawan. And then that was our period of oppress. Na-o-oppress tayo. Di ba? Until the Lord, until you cried out to the Lord, di ba? And then the Lord dito sa Israel will give a judges para to raise judge para sila i-deliver. Tayo ganun din until such a time ma-realize or somebody, guys, or somebody approach you, or somebody pumunta kayo sa isang Bible study, or somebody pumunta kayo sa isang worship service, or meron kayong kaibigan, o meron kayong anong tawag doon, yung trusted yung accountability, na kilalang kilala kayo, na somebody will tell you who you are, di ba? Yan yung padala ng Panginoon sa inyo. Sa atin pala. He or she will speak to us. Kasi hindi natin talaga sabihin, hindi makikita natin eh. Kita niyo yung they cried out for 8 years, tapos 18 years, tsaka lang sila magka-cried out. 20 years, tsaka lang sila magka-cried out. Di ba? Kasi although hirap na tayo, di ba? Hindi pa rin tayo sincere sa ating pag-cry out, di ba? It is a cycle. Guys, supposed to be ito, guys, hindi ito circle eh. Supposed to be ito is linear. Ha? Diretso dapat yan. Di ba? Pag ganito yung cycle ng ating life, napaka, ano naman ng Panginoon, tingnan nyo, di ba? Yung, He will cry, we will cry out to the Lord, and then He will deliver us again. And then again, we will repeat, di ba? That's something naman na talagang we have to, we have to think it over. Minsan, pag ganyan ang cycle natin, guys, alam ko naman na marirealize natin through the Holy Spirit, di ba, na we are wrong. We have to stop. Di ba? Hindi ano yan, hindi biro ito. For 400 years, naging oppressed na ganito ang kanilang buhay.
Hindi
400 years yan, ah.
Hindi nila realize.
Kita mo ilang generations to. Ilang generations from generations. Di ba? Pag talagang, halimbawa, after 10 years, ang dami nang nalilimutan ng mga tao, di ba? Tandaan nyo, nung panahon ko, guys, alam nyo ba, uso pa ang pagmamano. Ngayon ba, okay, meron pang konti, di ba? Meron pang konti, merong po-opo, di ba? Nung panahon namin talagang,
Hindi kami sumasagot ng magulang.
hindi ka pwedeng sumagot sa magulang. No? Di ba? Di ba, Tessie? Di ba? Yun,
Mababait
tingnan nyo,
kami.
yung as time goes by, nababago. Nakakalimutan natin yung values na itinuro sa atin. No? Kaya naging ganito yon. Kaya naging ganito. Di ba? So, I hope hindi tayo circle. I hope straight line. Oh yeah, although we go astray, 'di ba? Pero we have to go back again. Pero guys, mag-isip naman tayo, 'di ba? Kasi after this, 'di ba, yan sinabi ko sa inyo, the purpose of the book of Judges, sinuha ni Samuel, para yan kay Saul, the first king of Israel, para hindi nagayahin. 'Di ba? It turned out naman na hindi naman pala nangyari. Diba? Kasi after na Book of Judges, kings na. Di ba? Yung monarchy na yan. So yan. Yan lang guys. Yung ating I've learned na lessons natin na we break the cycle.
Sana i-break na natin.
Break natin yung cycle natin. Natin ha.
Tayong lahat.
Tayong lahat ha. It's hard. Diba? It's hard. Really hard. Diba? Kasi kapares ng mga Israelites noon, kasama nila pa yung mga Canaanites. Tayo, habang tayo inandito, kasama pa rin natin yung mga unbelievers. Di ba? Minsan pa nga, mas maraming time.
Nagbigay na ba ako saya?
Ay, Maricel, pakihan. Maricel,
Picture muna tayo, picture. Total. Marcel, picture muna tayo. Joey, Larcy, bukas ang ano nyo? Bless. Ay, okay. Rubes. Ayan. Sino si Samsung? Hi, Larcy. Hi. Sino si Samsung? Si Marino to eh. Ito si Marino. Ito si Cora. Si Bless. Si Bless.
Si Bless.
Tessie, pakibukas lang.
Ay, si Larcy.
Tessie, pakibukas. Ayusin na natin ang book natin. Tessie. Tessie.
Sorry po, naka-on pala yung mic ko kanina kasi kauwi ko lang. Sorry.
Tessie. Okay. Okay, ano natin ha? 1.
Nag-time out si Tessie.
1, 2, 3. Isa pa, Tessie? Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay. So, yun lang guys. It's 400 years is really a long time. Ano ba ang kuha natin ngayon? Ang span of life, guys. Sabi sa Bible, 70 years lang ang span of life. After that, di ba? So, computin niyo yung age niyo. Kayo lang naman ang nakakaalam eh. Di ba? Kung the period of oppression and then the period of rest. Di ba? Di ba mas masarap yung period of rest? Diba? Yung bang you're happy serving the Lord. You have good relationships sa family. Di ba? In the community. Di ba? Yun yung tinatawag na rest. Yung during that time, 40 years, 80 years, di ba? During that time, yung mga Israelites noon, they are happy. They are prosperous. Diba? And then, we go back again. Another generations.
Brother Mike,
Hmm.
yan ba yung tinatawag na parang generational sin?
Yan, generational sin.
Yes.
Oh, pwede.
Parang paulit-ulit, di ba?
Ulit-ulit.
Kaya pag pinanganak tayo sa ganyang generation, kawawa tayo. Wala tayong peace. Pero nagkaroon din yata sila ng peace in the time of King David and Solomon.
Yeah.
Nagkaroon yata sila ng I think matagal na peaceful, no? Lalo na sa panahon ni King Solomon, natikman nila yung kapayapaan. Kaya lang si King Solomon nagkaroon din ulit ng problema pagdating ng huling niya, diba? Yung kaya paulit-ulit din. Wala rin pagbabago hanggang doon sa anak ng King Solomon, bumalik din sa dati. Kaya
Team song nila yung kay Gary Valenciano
Ano
po yun?
Hindi na natuto.
na natuto.
Hindi na
Diyan ka na naman, patukso-tukso.
pwede.
Sige, kantayin mo.
O, di ba? Ay, nako. Hindi na
Pero
natuto.
ano yung pinaka-lesson